This is IGN. Waivers with a Lost Spark. This is your IGN review of Fountain of Youth by Luke Riley. John Krasinski's quest to copy all of Harrison Ford's homework continues in Fountain of Youth, which sees Krasinski pivot from his role as Jack Ryan to that of a globe-trotting, ancient artifact-hunting rascal. This time, though, he's chosen poorly. While Fountain of Youth cribs from some of the very best treasure-tracking adventures Hollywood has ever had to offer, it struggles somewhat at every opportunity to demonstrate much imagination of its own. As you'd expect from a movie that isn't hiding its inspirations, the setup doesn't contain a lot of surprises. When Luke Perdue, played by Krasinski, is conscripted by an Irish billionaire to uncover the whereabouts of the fabled fountain, he soon crosses paths with his sister, Charlotte, played by Natalie Portman. Charlotte stepped away from the life of adventure she previously led alongside her brother and her father, Harrison, to become a museum curator, but Luke's self-serving stunts quickly see her swept up in the quest herself. It's an adventure that moves at a rapid clip, from Thailand to the Celtic Sea and London to Cairo, with a couple of other stops in between. To its credit, Fountain of Youth gets off to a flying start, demonstrating an immediate and admirable commitment to practical stunt work. An opening vehicle chase is very well executed, and director Guy Ritchie of Snatch, Sherlock Holmes, and the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare fame follows it up by prodding Krasinski to leap onto a moving train. A second vehicle chase quickly follows within the first 15 minutes, this time featuring an immaculate AC Cobra 427, carving up London in a power slide pepper escape that would probably leave the ghost of Carroll Shelby grinning from ear to ear. "You underestimate my choice in cars," Krasinski quips to his suitably ill-looking on-screen sister. "Allow me to insist that I don't, at least." All of that leaves it feeling front-loaded, though, because Fountain of Youth's weaknesses begin shortly afterwards. It simply loses steam as it settles into its formulaic groove. Krasinski cruises as Luke, who often comes off like a slightly more motivated and slightly more horny version of The Office's Jim Halpert. That means he's largely likable whenever he's not outright bullying his sister into getting his own way. Portman is fine too, even if the script compels her to be a lot more patient with the antics of her brother than I suspect most siblings would manage. Screenwriter James Vanderbilt, known for Zodiac, The Amazing Spider-Man films, and Murder Mystery, has plundered the likes of Steven Spielberg's unimpeachable Indiana Jones trilogy and Stephen Sommers' legendary and much-loved The Mummy for all the parts he needed to assemble this story. The handsome rogue hero, a brother-sister duo, Fountain of Youth is playing the hits. It even has its own secret society of sworn protectors, because of what worth is any ancient knickknack if it doesn't have its own Brotherhood of the Cruciform Sword or Magi keeping it safe from swarthy ne'er-do-wells. The biggest problems with Fountain of Youth, however, are the things it doesn't steal. Primarily, for the vast bulk of the time, there's simply no clear villain. Unlike Indiana Jones or The Mummy, there are neither Nazis nor supernatural nasties in the mix, and the plot suffers from a lack of tension as a result. They just have billions of dollars to burn and a pretty loose deadline. Luke's encounters with the group trying to get him to give up his search are not the same as Indy racing to discover the Holy Grail before Donovan and Vogel, or Rick O'Connell and his team hustling to Hamunaptra in time to stop Imhotep. Vanderbilt could have even cribbed a little from 2003's treasure-hunting buddy comedy The Rundown in this instance, which was buoyed throughout by a captivatingly cruel Christopher Walken. Vanderbilt co-wrote that himself, after all. Fountain of Youth is a robust showcase of Guy Ritchie's dependable eye for action, and it's packed with a fine assortment of practical stunts. However, even though there's a strong cast on paper, and John Krasinski and Natalie Portman are reliably enjoyable actors in the lead roles, it falls well short of capturing the magic of the quintessential treasure-hunting movies it's so clearly trying to replicate, by sidelining many of them and failing to slot anyone into the role of villain until far too late in the story. This one does not belong in a museum. Fountain of Youth's IGN score? 6 out of 10. Thanks for listening to IGN. My name is Tony Jackson, and for the latest updates on Fountain of Youth, visit us at IGN.com.
SpokenLayer.